Hey guys, it's me, Melly, and I've been gone for quite a while. Um, there are a few reasons for that, so I do apologize. I've been going through some health issues, and I really just did not have the strength, the energy after a long day with just dealing with this back pain and limited mobility and trying to do what I need to do with my family and take care of my house and the kids and everything and just make sure that everything is done or to the best that I could do. I just didn't have the energy to really record a video, and I know it's been a good minute, so I do apologize. But I guess this video today will be a I've been reading a lot. Like, I've been reading a lot because I'm mostly trying to not do too much movement or bending or lifting or anything. And plus, since I'm not working right now because of this, my doctor took me out of work. I've had a little bit more, I guess, free time in the evenings because normally I work nights and my husband works days. Like after the kids go to bed. And like I said, yes, I could use that time to make videos, but by that time I just want to sit, put my feet up on the couch, and chill. It's just, and relax. Anyway, sorry, I'm ranting. Anyway, so this video is going to be my June wrap up. Sorry, my whatever, my ears ringing. Some books I do have physically, and some books were audiobooks, and some were library books, and I actually do have one of the other books. Sorry guys, I didn't take it back to the library yet. I guess maybe I should. So yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm sitting on a pillow because the chair seems to be low at the computer. Anyway, so June wrap up. Yeah, I'm losing my focus here. Okay, so the books that I have read in the month of June, we will start with, this was an ebook, and it was The Girl on the Ice. It's a DCI Erica Foster #1 by Robert Brinsta. I'll just show you a quick pic of it on my Goodreads page because I'm corny. Anyway, I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't though. No, you can't. It's the glare. Anyway, it's the girl on the ice, and it was a mystery thriller, I guess. It was about it's a serial killer thriller. That's what the book says, which is so funny. So it's basically, it was about a detective in, I think it's London, maybe England, and it's Erica Foster. She's just coming off sabbatical with a situation that had happened on a sting she had done, and they bring her in on this case of this body they find, kind of, because it's dead of winter, they find in the lake of a museum, or the boathouse lake. Like, it's a lake and there's like a boathouse and it's within this museum. Anyway, and she's got to try to figure out, obviously, who killed this girl. And this girl is not just some random person. Like, her father's running for an office, and there's like politics involved, and the commissioner or the chief, whomever, is on her neck because she kind of uses she kind of like just, she does it, she follows protocol, I guess you could say, but she doesn't at the same time. She kind of like goes with her gut, and that can get her into trouble. But anyway, in the end, it turned out that she did what she thought she was right, and she was right for doing the things she had done to figure out this case. Anyway, the next book I read, oh, and I forgot to tell you, that was a book club read that I'm reading with friends that I had met on Goodreads, that she started a Facebook book club. And that was the book that was chosen for the month of June. The next book I read was The Readers of Broken Wheel, recommend, and that was a book that I had seen on one of the Book Riot videos. Excuse me. And I really, really wanted to read it. It sounded like a really good book. It's about a girl. She comes from Sweden? I think it's Sweden. And she comes to meet her pen pal in this tiny little village called Broken Wheel in the U.S. And it's basically, my review says, it's a book about books. Well, kind of. The story is about Sarah, who comes to Broken Wheel from Sweden to meet her long-distance pen pal book buddy. When she gets there, she discovers her friend has passed away, and this is where it gets interesting. So that was my first part of my review on Goodreads. And I gave the book 5 stars on Goodreads. So, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you, I'm just really messed. I forgot to tell you, I gave the Girl on the Ice 4 stars on Goodreads. So, yeah, sorry, I forgot to tell you that. Anyway, the next book I read, I got in the mail, and I think I won a giveaway for it. I'm not really sure if I won the giveaway or if I was chosen by the publisher, because it came and it was Behind Closed Doors, and it's an arc. And I probably shouldn't be doing this, but it's basically, The Perfect Marriage or The Perfect Lie. It actually comes out in August, so I'm not going to go too much into it, but it's already #1 in the UK, which probably means that it's now coming to the US, because I was reading like on Goodreads, and I'm like, well, why are there people saying that, it came out in February, but my little blurb sheet says it comes out in August, and now I know why, is because it's coming to the US. So there's going to be a movie about it. So it says, Women's Health Magazine says 2016's answer to Gone Girl. So I thought that was really intriguing. But anyway, I know I had either entered a giveaway for it, or I don't remember. But I know something with this book I did, and I forgot that I did it. So, and I got it. So there's like a whole slew of things I have to do. So closer to the date, like it's dated, there's a timeline. So when I get to that, you'll probably see another video, as long as I'm nice and healthy. Sorry guys, it's just been a good minute since I've done a video, so I'm a little off. The next book I read after that, I had entered a giveaway from the author H. Loveland Bettison, and it was a win 5 Haruki Murakami books. And so I entered it, and then I got the email that I won it, which was odd because I wasn't expecting to win it, because I never win anything. But lately, I guess I've been on a winning streak. I guess the powers that be for readers realized that I kind of need some cheering up, and so book mail always cheers me up. Anyway, so the next book I read was Flying Lessons, because the author in the package, she actually included her own book that she wrote, which I thought was really sweet. And she also, um, where's my, she also put little, I don't know if you can see it, but she put little like notations throughout the book, explaining maybe why, what inspired her to put some, what inspired her to put something in the book. So like for one thing, um, there's a character, Rosa Alvin, and she's a neighbor of the, the book, and she think, she wrote, I think of Rosa Alvin as an older Rosie Perez. So like I like certain characters, like their quirkiness, like why she made them this way or wrote them this way. She kind of like notated it in the book, so it kind of made it a little bit more personal. But on to the book. So, um, Flying Lessons is about Henry and his daughter Chandra. Chandra are haunted by the past. Stuck in a state of mourning, they long to return to a time when the family Martridge, I think I'm saying that word right, the mother, was still alive. Chandra misses her mother's guidance. Henry wishes he could recapture the final precious moments with his wife. Each wonders if they will find happiness in life again until unexpected relationships shake up their perception of reality. Henry's new friendship with a neighbor, that would be Rosa, blurs the boundaries between the living and the dead, and Chandra starts to see possibilities she's never noticed before. Flying Lessons is a heartwarming, magical realism novel about relationship, hope, and healing that will stay with you long after the last page. So basically, if you check out my blog, www.mellylovesbooks.wordpress.com, yes, I just did a self-promotion up in there, you will see my full review. Yes. Okay, so this video is getting kind of long, and I don't want to keep you guys too long. The next book I read, and I gave that book 5 stars also. And Behind Closed Doors, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you my rating for that one. Behind Closed Doors, I gave 4 stars. And really it was because it kind of, yeah, I don't know. My video was like crappy today, I'm sorry. Anyway, and the next book I read, why is my phone not doing what it's supposed to be doing and telling me what it's supposed to be telling me? Okay, come on, books. I'm sorry, guys. This is being really weird today. Stupid phone. Yeah. Okay, so random. Oh, okay, well, I know the next book I read. Well, not one, next book I read. One, bleh, yeah, I'm so out of it. Okay, so, the next book I read, and it actually was the next book I read, was The Fifth Wave, and by Rick Yancey, and I gave this book 5 stars also. Now, I know you guys know there's a movie, the movie is coming out, or it came out, and I don't know if it's on demand, DVD, Netflix, I don't know. Yet, cable, HBO, whatever. Anyway, but I read the book because I wanted to see the movie, and I bought the book when the movie was being previewed for release. Like you would see, like, coming soon commercials, or coming to theaters and whatever, and you'd see like the little preview. And I was like, oh my god, that looks so good. Now, The Fifth Wave, I gave 5 stars because even though it deals with aliens and it kind of felt like a Independence Day type scenario, it was and it wasn't. And it kind of appealed to me because some of this stuff can happen, like a virus. We see that now. There's the Zika virus, and there's like all the plague. Like there's all these different things. We just have the technology and the scientific technology, I guess you would say, to figure out cures for it. But in this book, it's like this random stuff that you either get it, you survive it, or you die. And when you survive it, from my understanding, it's because you were implanted with, I guess, the spirit of these aliens or whatever, the seed, and you're no longer you once you get through it. Like it's your body dies and this thing takes over, which kind of reminds me of The Host by Stephanie Meyer. I wonder if they got that idea from that, where it's the alien goes and takes over the body. I haven't seen the movie and I have the book and never read it. Because after reading the Twilight series, it was a gift given to me. Anyway, so I read The Fifth Wave and then I went and bought the second book, Infinite Sea, and started it over the weekend while we were, we went away for the day, and we were in like a state park, and while my husband and kids were off swimming, I sat there and read a book while the baby was taking a nap. Anyway, sorry guys, like I said, I'm out of it. Normally I'm a little bit, more put together. The next book I read, or rather the next book I listened to, was Colorist Sakura Tazaki and His Years of Pilgrimage, which I gave 4 stars. By Haruki Murakami. Colorist Sakura Tazaki and his, I can't speak today either. Anyway, that book was just weird. I mean, it wasn't as weird as some of his other books where like they don't make sense. Like I listened also to the Wind Up Bird Chronicle, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Last month? That was last month. Anyway, yeah. So that was the next book. I gave it 4 stars. I mean, it was more just about, it was about a boy who, he was in high school and then they graduated. It was about a group of 5 friends, and something happens, but he doesn't know what. And the 4 other friends, like he goes off to college in Tokyo, and he keeps in touch with the other 4 friends, but then all of a sudden they decide they didn't want nothing to do with him. And this affected him because it was like this group dynamic that they all kind of depended on each other in a sense. So anyway, so this affected him where he kind of contemplated life, and he wanted to commit suicide, and he just was antisocial, and he kind of just stayed in his room when he wasn't in class, and it was just like this whole crazy thing. And then he meets this woman. It's like 10 years later, and he meets this woman, and she's older, a little bit older than him. And she's telling him, like, you need to get your shit together. You need to figure out why that happened, and then come to terms with it. So that's kind of like what his story is about, like what the book is about. He goes and he tracks down everybody except the one, because he finds out she actually was murdered. And he finds out that the one person that was murdered actually accused him of rape, and had this whole like story going on, and they kind of rallied around her, but they knew that it kind of couldn't be true because of details. Like it was just too perfect of a story, but they didn't think to question him about it. They just kind of were like, because there was 2 females in the group, and what the other female, I guess being a female, kind of like rallied around this girl and didn't question what she was saying, they kind of wanted to isolate him out of the group. So that's what they did, not realizing how it would affect him, because he never understood why. So he's going and he's finding these things out, and then he does, and he talks to everybody in the group, and he's like that, whatever, this never happened, and why would you not, ask me, and they kind of go reminiscing about things, and in the end he kind of comes to terms with it, and all is good and well. So this one was more believable than some of the other Haruki Murakami books, where there's not really any outlandish like other worlds, alternate dimensions, talking animals, things like that. And the last book I read was The Quiet Twin. Where is it? I just had it in my hand. Where is it? I just had it in my hand. The Quiet Twin by Dan Villetta. Villetta? Okay, so it's It takes place in 1939 in, I think it's Vienna. And basically, it's about a doctor who he's treating a a young woman in the apartment building that he lives in. And she kind of turns him on to this mystery of, somebody killed my uncle's dog because she's living with her uncle, and this is who I think did it because look, and she shows it like it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and she takes him to the window and she shows him things like, look at that, look at that, look at that, because it's like, I guess, a circular building or square building where there's a courtyard in the middle, apartment complex. I don't know how you would call that. Anyway, and it turns out that he somehow gets pulled into this mystery of who killed the guy's dog. The other, he's a doctor, but he's shunned because of something he was accused of years before. But he still has, like, I guess, political and, influential standing. And he kind of gets pulled into it. And he finds out things about other people within the building. And, like, it's a whole complex story. And, I mean, I liked it. But at times I was like, okay, there was too many things going on. And I gave it 3 stars. And the reason I gave it 3 stars wasn't because it wasn't a good story or well written. It was very well written. The story had potential. The problem was there were too many things going on at once. So the author's writing about one thing happening, and then because it connects to something else, or it's can be related to something else, he goes off into this other topic. And somehow it all ties together in the end. But while I was reading it, I was kind of like, okay, this is crazy. Anyway, so that's it. But, I mean, it was a good book. And, the reason why I had picked up this author was because Book Riot, once again, a video where it was an upcoming book. He's got another book coming out called Smoke. It's called Smoke. And it wasn't Book Riot. It wasn't on YouTube. It was the podcast. All the books, I think it is. All the books. It's Get Booked. It's the Get Booked podcast by Book Riot. They had mentioned the book Smoke by the same author, and I was kind of curious about the book Smoke, but I wanted to kind of like see if I would like them. So I checked this one out from the library to see. And I mean, I do like him. He's a good writer or whatever, but I don't know if I would continue reading him. Okay, now let's speed it up. Let's go. Now it's on to my TBR for the month of July. Now, I have been putting this read off for a very, 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 very long time, and that's Outlander. And I am currently on page 222. This is one of those books that I'm going to take my time reading, not because it's long, because that doesn't intimidate me, just because I feel like it's not a book you should race through, because there's so much going on and so much happening and so much, being told that you kind of got to not enjoy, oh my God, like my brain is just like, you have to really read and like comprehend and see the things that's going on. And I'm sure everybody has read this, so they know. But that's the way I feel. Plus, I want to watch the TV series, but I don't until I finish at least the first book. So hopefully I'll finish it. The next book I'm reading, I bought this in the used bookstore a couple weeks ago, and that's Impulse by Ellen Hopkins. And if you've ever read any Ellen Hopkins books, which I have, I've read Crank, I've read Burned. I don't know if I've read Glass, but I know I read the first 2. And I read the first 2 because of way back when a co-worker's daughter was in high school, or like she was a senior, and she came in because she used to come and hang out because they live literally right next door to the store. and obviously she was my coworker. It was a Rite Aid. Um, and at night she would be passing by and she'd come in and say hi. And she said, "Have you read?" Because she knew I like to read. And I said, "No, I've heard of her, but I've never read her." She said, "Hold on." And she went and got me the 2 books and she gave them to me and I finished them and devoured them within 3 days. And if you have read Ellen Hopkins, you know that she writes in verse. So, I mean, it's really easy to get through the books, and that's why they're probably so thick, because she writes in verse. But I started this yesterday. I think I started this yesterday, just hanging out in my backyard. I was like, I need something to read, but I didn't want to read Outlander, because Outlander is kind of the book I want to read, like, when I'm upstairs in my room in the air conditioner, and it's quiet. And, you know, it's because it's romance, and that's one of those, you know, I need to be completely like just transported into the book in a sense. And the next book I hope to read, I'm only giving myself 3 books this month because Outlander is really the book I want to really read. Plus I got some other stuff going on, so I don't know how much reading time I'm going to have. But the other book I want to read, I got from the dollar store. And it's summertime. And it seems like a fun book. And that is The Newlyweds by Nell Freudenberger. Freudenberger. And it's a story of love and marriage, secret and betrayals, that takes us from the backyards of America to the back alleys and villages of Bangladesh. So, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's too deep of a story. It seems like it's a nice, you know, light read. And it's not very thick. And it has the deckled edges. You can't tell, but it does. And it's so pretty. I don't understand the picture of the birds, because I don't know what kind of birds they are, and I don't know if they're the same type of bird. Maybe they are, one's a male, one's a female. But I mean, like, it's not a bad, even with the cover off, dust jacket off, it's still not a bad looking book. I mean, I bought it in Dollar Tree. It was $1. I think I really bought it for the cover. This was a cover buy, and it was $1, like I said. So I mean, you know, it's whatever. Anyway, so this video is pretty long. It's 7 books I just got through and 3 books that are on my TBR. I'm sorry, guys. I know the video was long. I was rambling a little bit, but like I said, I haven't really been online, so I kind of had to catch up on some stuff. So anyway, I hope you liked the video, and I will talk to you soon. And I will try to make more videos coming. So don't forget to hit like if you like the video, subscribe, check out my blog, which I do kind of keep up to date with, more so because I guess it's a little easier to type because I have my tablet and it's portable. Anyway, so, you know, check out the links below. Talk to you soon. Bye.